Once upon a time, in a cozy little farmhouse baked in the golden light of dawn, lived a beautiful mother cat named Clementine. Every morning, as the sun peeked over the green hills, Clementine would start her day with a bit of grooming. She loved feeling her best, and today was no more different. She carefully arranged her favorite shiny scissors, her softest brushes, and a tiny, polished mirror on her little wooden grooming table. The farm was quiet, with just the gentle rustle of the tall grass and the distant chirping of birds creating a peaceful melody. Clementine leaned in close to her mirror, examining her thick, orange-brown fur. A gentle smile played on her lips as the warm sunlight cast a soft glow on her face. Her fur was her pride and joy, but lately, it had grown a little too long and fluffy. It was time for a trim. With expert precision, she began to snip away, her paws moving with a practiced grace. Fluffy little pieces of fur drifted down like soft, orange snow, creating a clean, cozy atmosphere inside the barn. Just as she was admiring her wear, two pairs of big, shiny eyes appeared in the crack of the barn door. It was her kittens, Pip and Squeak, their faces filled with curiosity and excitement. They watched their mother, wondering what she was up to. Clementine didn't notice them at first. She was too busy looking at the growing pile of trimmed fur on the table. It was so soft, so fluffy. And suddenly, a little spark of an idea began to glow above the pile, then another, and another. Clementine's eyes widened with a sudden burst of inspiration. The sparks above the fur seemed to dance, and an excited grin spread across her face. She knew exactly what to do with all this extra fluff. She hurried over to her crafting table, a cozy corner of the barn filled with all sorts of treasures. There were spools of colorful thread, a cartoon-safe needle, soft fabric scraps, and a warm lamp that cast a gentle, inviting glow. This was her creative sanctuary. With her idea now fully formed, Clementine gathered the soft fur pieces. She began to gently shape and press them together. Her paws worked skillfully, molding the fluff into a small, round shape. She wanted it to be special, something her kittens would adore. Next, she took a little brush and some non-toxic, berry-based dye. With the gentlest of strokes, she painted little black stripes onto the orange hat. It was starting to look just like a tiny tiger. The vibrant orange and black tones stood out beautifully under the warm lamplight, and the cartoony shading made it look absolutely perfect. Just as she was adding the final stripe, she heard the pitter-patter of tiny paws. Pip and Squeak couldn't contain their curiosity any longer. They burst into the room, their little bodies a blur of playful energy. Their happy, excited faces were turned towards their mother, wondering what she was holding. Clementine turned around slowly, a proud smile on her face. With a theatrical flourish, she lifted the finished tiger hat, holding it up for her kittens to see. The soft golden light from the window seemed to wrap around it, making it glow. She gently placed the hat on Pip's head. It was a perfect fit. The tiny ears of the hat stood up straight, framing his adorable, smiling face. He looked like a brave little jungle explorer. Pip puffed out his chest, feeling as mighty as a real tiger. The world around him seemed to transform into a playful, imaginary jungle, and he was the king. Seeing Pip so happy, Squeak bounced up and down, meowing for his turn. Clementine chuckled and got right back to work. She took another handful of fur and started crafting a second, slightly smaller hat. Her tools and threads lay scattered on the table, a testament to her loving labor. Soon, another perfect little tiger hat was ready. Squeak giggled with delight as Clementine gently placed the new hat on his head. Now, they were a matching pair of fierce, yet incredibly cute tiger kittens. The cozy farmhouse vibe was filled with their happy purrs and playful squeals. They were ready for an adventure. Instantly, the two kittens were off, running and chasing each other across the warm wooden floor. They jumped, they spun, they pounced with their tiny paws, their tiger hats bobbing along with every move. They were no more longer just Pip and Squeak. They were the fearless tiger cubs of the farmhouse, on a grand expedition through the living room jungle. Clementine watched them from her chair, her heart swelling with love. A soft, warm smile graced her face, her eyes glowing with pure happiness. Seeing her kittens so joyful was the greatest reward she could ever ask for. Her simple idea had turned an ordinary afternoon into a magical adventure. The kittens then began a playful, cinematic slow-motion fight. They pounced lightly on each other, rolling and tumbling in a display of mock ferocity. They were pretending to be mighty tigers, but their gentle pats and soft purrs gave them away. The buck ground blood into a beautiful bouquet of warm colors, highlighting the innocent and the vibrant play. As the day drew to a close, a beautiful orange sunset filled the farmhouse with a warm, peaceful light. The grand tiger adventure was over for now. Clementine sat quietly, her two little kittens curled up beside her, their tiger hats still perched jauntily on their heads. They were tired but so happy, their little bodies rising and falling with each sleepy breath. In the final, quiet moments of the day, Clementine wrapped her arms around her two little tiger kittens, pulling them into a gentle, loving hug. The soft, glowing light created a peaceful and heartwarming scene. In their cozy little farmhouse, surrounded by love and a touch of imagination, they were the happiest family in the world. Thanks for watching our little story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cozy adventures.